and welcome back to Love What Luck. Oh, every time I do this you laugh.
Because you go from 0 to 100. Came from nowhere. I was just like on my own little world. Hey guys! I wasn't even expecting it.
Look, it's a Tuesday when this comes out. People need the boost of energy. I do on a Tuesday, it's one of my least favourite days. Partly why I decided to put it out on a Tuesday. Because I hate Tuesday. I used to hate Tuesdays and now I really like them. That's a lie actually. I used to love Tuesdays with Tape Tuesday, you know, the nightclub.
Yeah.
They were always a highlight, but having hung up my midweek clubbing shoes a long time ago.
You can put them back on if you like.
No thank you. Yeah, having done that, Tuesday was a bad day for me and now Love What Luck comes out. And anyway, that's how I started.
No, there's nothing wrong with the intro. It's just, we went, 1 minute it was silent, the next was, hey! She had jazz hands and everything.
Well, that's how we roll. So, Matt's back on, as you can hear, or see if you're watching on YouTube. You can have a drink.
Can I?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, I've got to try through.
You'd be yawning now in no time. Yeah, you're back on. I thought I could kind of do like this, like a double back, welcome back episode from our holiday one.
Yep.
Because we did a love story on holiday and everybody loved it, which I'm thrilled at. It's on like over 500k views on Instagram, which I love.
I'm looking to break that 2 million though. I'm just...
Yeah, Matt is still like bitter that,
Yeah,
that
so
Sophie's episode had more. He's like, what's ours on and what's Sophie's on? I'm like, got quite a way to go yet till you beat that.
500,000's alright though.
500,000's really good and it's a really good love story and that's obviously the whole point that I want to do the podcast. So like, to know that people enjoy you and the love stories is great. But basically when I emailed Kaylee back to say like I've done the episode and stuff, she gave me more information. So then we could do a little double up. But firstly, let's talk about our holiday. Because last week we literally came back on the Friday when it was my birthday and then Abby was here. So I did the episode with Abby, as you know, most of you probably heard. We didn't really talk about the holiday.
No, we haven't.
But it was so nice, wasn't it? I've just finished editing the vlog. So if anybody wants to watch it, it is on my YouTube channel.
Is it actually out?
Yeah.
Is it?
Mhm.
Okay, because I haven't watched it yet.
No, yeah, I wanted to put it on the TV for us because I think you'll love it. And I've also got a highlight on my Instagram at Sadie Maltby if anybody wants to come and see like the nice pictures. Because obviously with the vlog, you get like all the picturesque lush stuff, but then you also get like me hangover in the airport when I don't make one. So it depends what type of vibe you want, you know. If you want the aesthetically pleasing vibe, go on Instagram. If you want the real talk, go on YouTube. But yeah, it was such a nice
Do I get a
holiday.
link yet?
A what?
Do I get an Instagram link yet?
I
I mean, I've been on a few times now, so I must...
What do you mean an Instagram
You know,
link?
not just at Sadie Maltby.
No.
No?
No.
Just asking.
No.
I mean, I've been on it a few times, I feel like...
Oh, you want to plug your private Instagram? Watching. By the time this comes out now, you'll be on public doing like the snippets, editing just your own speaking one and putting them on and starting another podcast.
Well, no.
You're jealous, aren't you?
A little bit, yeah.
What was your favourite part of the holiday?
Oh, there was many. I mean, it was a holiday, but 2 weddings, so I can't say that my favourite part. My favourite part was that obviously the holiday as a whole, but the 2 weddings were just absolutely stunning. 2 very, very different weddings,
Yeah, they were
but
amazing.
equally as amazing.
So were the weddings
I would
your
say
favourite
that
part?
I'd say the weddings, yeah, and then
Well, that hurts a little bit.
no, why?
I thought you were going to
Well,
say,
okay,
like, you know,
the weddings with you.
our night together in, you know, Venice or Como.
No, I mean, are they all equally, or is it like 1, 2, and 3?
Oh, I just asked you your favourite part.
Okay,
and you said weddings, so
I'll say,
that's fine.
yeah, I'll say the weddings with you, and then I'm gonna go with the day in Como.
Okay.
You making me, well, us do the boat.
Yeah, it was a good show. We took a boat out on Lake Como. What was it called? A Vera? No.
I don't know.
Say it in the video to me. Riva or something?
Ariva.
Is it?
Ariva.
Riva, Vera, who knows?
It's Ariva. I'm pretty sure.
We took a boat out basically onto Lake Como, and it just like made it, didn't it? Such a stunning place. I've seen loads of people in Como as well since we've come back, like on the Instagram and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
really
it's
popular.
absolutely
Like,
stunning. It's stunning.
Yeah. Can I just say though that we landed last Friday, whenever it was, right? Back in East Croydon, it was raining, I think. I mean, it was still hot, but I'm sure it was raining. It was like grey, wasn't it? We landed, we were like, right, okay. Got out at the train station, no taxis because they like knock in a building down by the train station, so no cars up. We were like, okay, it's fine, we'll just walk the 10 minutes to the flat with 3 big cases, but I didn't even care. We were okay, weren't we? And then I was walking down the street and I had 2 cases, and this old man walked into my case and kicked it, and then when I looked up, and still said sorry, by the way, even though it was not my fault. I thought wherever he's old and, you know, his eyesight might not be as good wherever. I said sorry. Oh, he looked up and he said, "Oh, you stupid effing cow."
Yeah.
I was like, I'm sorry, what? I got shouted at by an old man in the street.
Well, it was like 6 o'clock in the evening, wasn't it?
6 o'clock in the evening, earlier.
Yeah, it might have been.
It was like 3:30 or something, 4 o'clock. Just landed from holidays. I was like, welcome home. You stupid cow. Matt was like, what did he say?
I don't think we should repeat it.
No, but you were like, alright, like straight to my defence. I was like, oh my god.
He was like 60 or something. Older.
He was older, I think. So I'm putting it down to him being a grumpy old man, but...
Oh, but, yeah.
Oh my god, you stupid cow. I was like, excuse me? I was like, don't call me a stupid cow. Honestly, insane. So yeah, welcome home. We did land with a bang.
What was your favourite part of the holiday? I don't feel like we went into that.
My favourite part was Venice, I think.
What part of Venice?
Like that, the night with the gondola. Yeah. Just, I think I just went like with no real expectations. I'd always wanted to go, but I had like no real expectations. And then when I went, it just like, I just thought it was so beautiful. Even though everybody has said since that they never liked Venice and the smell, but I'm like, I loved it.
I didn't think it smelled at all. I mean, it had like, when we sat having a meal one night, it smelled of the sea. You would get that if you were in Spain by the sea.
Yeah. I mean, and Como was also stunning. I loved the hotel in Como. That like Como night when we sat out, that was also lovely.
Yeah.
Can we also just talk about the fact that this week OnlyFans contacted me? I'm basically bringing this to the podcast because I'm keen to know what people's opinions and thoughts are. So OnlyFans contacted me whilst I was away, and I was like, what the hell? No, just didn't respond, ignored it. And then they emailed me again, chasing, saying like, have you, thought about using OnlyFans as a way to monetize your podcast? Like, be interested in having a chat with you. And I was like, do you know what have I got to lose? I'll have a Zoom with this guy. And it's fine, like obviously he never mentioned pictures, like it wouldn't be any of that, but he's basically just saying how you can monetize a podcast on there. And like I know people that have got, stuff on there. And he said, like, you basically bring out exclusive content that people pay for, and you can go on lives and charge, for live videos and stuff. So I was like, well, it sounds really good. And then afterwards I was like, but it is still OnlyFans. And basically what I want to know to those listening, if somehow I said I was joining OnlyFans to monetize my podcast, when would you believe me? Like, or would you just think she's blatantly selling pictures of her feet and or tits on the side? Like,
no one wants money for your feet, trust me.
Some people do. I know it.
I had them all day on the couch and they're vile. They're like Shrek's
turtles. Oh, stop. Don't even. Let's not go there.
Bilbo Baggins.
Shut up. Yeah, and then I was like, is it just too bad a thing to be associated with? And I said this to the guy that I was worried about that, and he was like, no, we'll release a promo video of just clips of the podcast where you say, I'm joining OnlyFans for this reason, and there's no ambiguity then, and it's like OnlyFans TV, and they're just doing the Sims family from the Only Way is Essex, and all this stuff, and I came from thinking, yeah, maybe, and I'm like, can I do it? So I'm just asking you guys, please let me know if I said that I was taking Love What Luck to OnlyFans, would you just assume that I'm like selling out and I'm doing nudes, which I blatantly would not be, by the way.
If I start coming in now from work and you've just got a dressing gown on, nothing underneath, and all the camera gear out, I'm gonna be. Yeah, I was doing my podcast with a dressing gown on.
Nude. Exclusive content. Me naked. No, I would never. But then I'm like, what? I don't know.
You just got like whipped cream on your feet and stuff when I walk in. The guy paid me £50 to squirt cream between my toes. No, I can't.
That's disgusting. Yeah, so I just basically want to know, because we don't really know, do we?
Well, the interview bit was okay, wasn't it? It wasn't creepy or anything.
No.
So, yeah. I mean, you looked on the.
Yeah, I looked on their Instagram and it was all fine.
So,
but then I just don't know, like, if people will just, regardless of what's out there, still assume or think that I'm, you know, doing bad stuff.
If you know.
And me, because it's a brand and, you know, am I then limiting myself from a certain audience? It's not that I like care what people think, but am I then like wiping out some audience? Like, are people from OnlyFans going to come and tell me they love stories, or are they going to come and tell me about a time like that they were tied up and something went wrong and they asked what way you need? Do you get me? Like, am I going down a different route there? Because I really just want to do love stories.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just bringing it. Let me know, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Okay, so as I said, on our original episode, I shared a love story from Kaylee, and if anybody hasn't listened to it or seen it on the @lovewhatluck Instagram, I'll just do a quick little revised version. This girl went on a holiday to Benidorm, met a guy there from Hull, and she was in Burton-on-Trent, so like quite a while away, but they clicked and met up and have been together ever since, pretty much, like against all odds. And they got pregnant and they lost their first child stillborn, and then they've gone on to have another 2 boys, and it's a really, really nice love story. I'll link the episode, or if you just want the reel, as I said, go on Insta. But basically, I've got a little follow-up with more information on this story, and honestly, I haven't read it to Matt because I wanted to keep it as a surprise, but it's wild, absolutely wild. Katie said,
sorry, you're making it laugh.
Katie said, firstly, I'd like to say thank you for sharing our love story, and secondly, to answer your partner's question, yes, he still has the red shorts. So,
did he send pictures?
not of the red shorts,
okay.
No. I mean, low-key, like, I think you got a fetish from. Yeah, so Burton-on-Trent to Hull is roughly a 2-hour drive, so that's like when she left Benidorm, she never thought she would see him again. And she said, I know some people may think we move too fast, but seriously, when you know, you just know. As everybody says, don't they? But it is true.
That's so true.
So this is what I wanted to say. She said, when we lost Freddie on the 31st of May 2019, I was feeling very low, but we already had Cyprus booked for June 2019 as Daryl's mum was getting married out there. So to take my mind off everything, we decided to go. I never in a million years thought he would propose so soon after losing Freddie. But he surprised me and hired a boat, and we sailed out to the Blue Lagoon and he proposed to me on the boat.
Oh, that's nice.
It was so lovely.
Well thought about.
Dal told me he'd already thought that he was going to propose to me on Freddie's first Christmas, but obviously we lost him, so thought, why wait, and proposed to me in June instead, 2 days before his mother's wedding. And then, in September 2019, we flew back to Benidorm with my parents and his mum and stepdad. So lovely, showed them where we met, etc. I then found out on Freddie's due date, which we said, that I was pregnant. It is also the Baby Loss Awareness Wave of Light night, where you light a candle to remember all the babies lost. So,
on that night?
Yeah, and that's when I found out. Anyway, she said, we realised we didn't only meet in Benidorm, but our little one was also conceived in Benidorm. Benidorm's like the place to be.
So she's going to email you back in like a couple of months and say, we've moved to Benidorm. Yeah. I feel like it's...
Brody was born the 4th of June 2020, and they had Freddie cremated on the 4th of June 2019. Isn't that crazy?
Nice.
I know. He was born, so they found out about Brody on Freddie's due date, but he was also born 1 year to the date he was cremated. So they named him Brody Freddie. They added Freddie into his name.
Nice.
And then when the little boy Louis was born the following year in the July, the exact same midwife who delivered Brody delivered Louis. Isn't that crazy? So, yeah, they get married 6 years after the date they met. Of course they are married in Bendon. Where else? Where else? The place of dreams. So super cute. And here's her little boys for the people watching on YouTube. So cute. And she also said, take care of yourself, and I must just say you are a stunning couple, all the best.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I just think it's such a nice story, and when I put it on TikTok, I actually had a few people commenting saying that they met their partners on holiday, or like I had one person saying their parents met on holiday, they've been married 49 years, and then I also had lots of people like tagging their friends being like, is this going to happen to me in Ibiza next month? So yeah, I think like it is a super love story. Who doesn't have a holiday romance? I'm not going to go into yours again. Right. Okay, so this week's love story. I feel like we're doing back-to-back love stories, but that was obviously just a follow-up. This week's love story, a guy called Dean sent it to me on Instagram. So he said, wow Sadie, love the profile. Would love to tell you about my love story. It would mean so much if you posted it also. So I met this girl in February 2011 in Cardiff. Big up. And instantly knew she was special and different to anything I ever witnessed before. Which, can I just say, more a nice thing to say.
That's what I say about you.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Not to my face. We quickly got loved up, but the relationship had tricky issues from the get-go as we both lived with our parents 60 miles apart. Again, I don't know how far that is.
60 miles? Mm. It's like over London Sea.
Is it?
About an hour away.
Okay. I also worked 6 days a week in London and was on a 6-month contract, meaning I saw her once a week for a few hours. This lasted 7 months.
How?
7 months once a week.
Once a week for a couple of hours?
Yeah, they loved each other that much. This lasted 7 months when I was given the ultimatum that unless I was ready to settle down, it would be best we let each other go. Like, yeah, fair enough. As she mentioned it, and I knew I couldn't give her 100% at the moment, I decided that she needed more from me than I could give, so I let her go, with a sad face emoji. We had no contact at all, and a month or so later she messaged out of respect to say she met someone, and as much as it killed me inside, I knew I had to let her be happy. That's mad as well, isn't it, that she texted him to say that she'd met somebody like a month later. Do you think she did that so that he like wouldn't wait for her?
Yeah, there's probably a little bit of that in it. I mean, I don't... If you're intense or you're going out with someone intense, I think potentially I would do the same. Depends how you ended it, and if you respect them enough, as you said, out of respect, it's not a bad thing to do.
No, it's not a bad thing at all, but it's quite interesting.
Yeah, especially if you ended it like, you know,
because
I want this to
circumstance,
work, but
yeah.
it's not at the minute, and then you feel like there might be a bit of waiting.
Yes, but like she obviously did that like for him because she cared about him and she didn't want him to wait. And he said, I never once called or texted, but secretly stalked her Facebook every so often, checking what she was up to, and she seemed so happy. That's good. That's like proper love, isn't it? Like those sayings, if you love me, let me know. If you don't, let me go. That doesn't make sense, does it?
What was the saying? If you love me, don't let me leave me, let me live.
I'm gonna scratch that. I then met someone and I never got the same buzz from this relationship, but went on to have 3 children with her.
I don't know. I hope she's not listening. I didn't really get the same buzz, but we had 3 kids.
You're not mad though, like, he obviously was like super in love with this girl, and I think especially because it was like open-ended, like they didn't end because like they'd fallen out of love or, you know, had a big falling out forever. Yeah, and you kind of have to go on with your life, don't you, even though like...
Well, I mean, she moved on, so...
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, this is where it gets spooky. In 2016, I found out my baby's mother was cheating on me with a painter we had in to paint the house. I'm sorry. Tell me that she already knew him.
If she called, she was like, let's just get the yellow pages out and then I'm going to pick this one, Pete from up the road. Nah, she must
Do you
have
think she
known
knew him? Because that's a lot.
Depends.
Imagine a that's like porn film stuff. Painter comes over,
What
stranger.
have you been watching?
Well, that's what they like.
I've never watched a painter porn.
Me on OnlyFans. I think it's a really good idea to do a paint porn. It's just like one of those things like where a stranger comes into the place and they, you know, sexual chemistry is so strong that they have to do it whilst the husband's away. I'm sorry, there are porns that have got that storyline.
No, well, without a doubt, the porn.
Yeah.
But what I would need to know, we need to go back to Dean and ask, did he choose the painter or did she choose the painter?
Imagine you chose
Because
her.
if he chose the painter, I mean, it was a big error. But if she chose the painter, she knew.
Do you think? Or at least she even fancied him.
Yeah.
If she saw him on Facebook or something.
Yeah, like, yeah. She knew.
The audacity on somebody coming into your house that you share with your partner to decorate it and bang your wife behind your back.
No. it's-
Just...
Oh, did he say that she did it while she was painting the house? He was
Yes.
painting the house, not like
Yeah.
they met while she was at the house and then
No.
later on. No. Oof, it's rough.
Is that why we painted this ourselves? It's all so clear now. I knew you got somebody to do the blinds in on a night when I wasn't over.
Yeah, I did. Abdullah.
Smart. Could be a very different story, couldn't it, if I was here? It killed me, but I found the strength to leave her. One day in February 2017, I was working away from home, approximately 100 miles away, and I was waiting outside a train station, and out of nowhere, Nia, the girl I met all those years ago, appeared. 100 miles
That's
away.
crazy.
That is insane.
That's fake stuff, that.
Listen to this. She was working as a bank manager in that town. Her boyfriend's house, who she was with for 5 years, he had just cheated on her too, so we were both recently single.
No.
I swear, the universe has got a plan for us all, and it just knows. It just knows. And you might not see it clearly, but their timing wasn't right at the start, obviously, because they couldn't even spend time with each other. And then that bad stuff happened, which I'm sure was traumatic for both of them, but they were always meant to be together. One night, a few months after, she messaged me and we spoke for over a year before we decided to meet up. So it wasn't like an instant thing. They saw each other, caught up, and then she messaged him months later, which is interesting.
And then they spoke, once they messaged, they spoke for a year before they
over
met.
a year before they decided to meet up, and fast forward, we've been together nearly 5 years now.
It is a bit of the, you know, the universe knows. You know?
100%.
I think it will always, you know, it'll always pull you back the way that you're meant to be. I mean, we don't want to go into the story that we spoke about last night in the car, in the Uber on the way home, but...
What story is that?
Like,
About
well,
dead people.
yeah, so we're not going to go into
Which
that.
ones? For some reason, right, Matt and I went out last night for dinner, and in the Uber on the way home, we were just talking about death, weren't we? The whole way home, and our Uber driver was so lovely, so friendly, so chatty, and I was just like, we have killed this man's vibe. I was talking about soul trains I'd seen on TikTok where an ambulance has got their lights on, but they stopped for a train or something, and it stops them going to the hospital, and like, it's because the soul are meant to leave. And then what was it? I don't even know what story.
No, it's not the story, but we were just talking about how people, you know, can do certain
No,
things.
I am going to say it because it was a really good story. So I listened to Stephen Bartlett's podcast with Crept, from Crept and Conan, and he said that his cousin died in a car accident, right? So he was in a taxi, and there were 5 of them in the car, and a drunk driver came head on with him, and only his cousin died. And he said that alone is like crazy, you know, it's a car of 5 people and only one of them died. But apart from that, they weren't even originally meant to get a taxi. Their friend was meant to take them. Their friend couldn't take them, so they booked another taxi, and they missed that taxi because they were running late. So there's so many variables, and then they got that taxi, and that's the taxi that's got on the accident. He's the only one that died, and Crept was like, you know, when is your time, and like what's meant for you, and that's kind of how he's taken it, like as you would.
But that, again, obviously tying it back into the story, that story is like that, and it happens to so many people, obviously with death, and we were talking about, you know, controversially 9/11 and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But then, you know, that's the universe just choosing, and we're saying here, the universe chose for him to get on that train, for her to pass at the same time, because he could have been in the same town.
There's so many things that could have happened for them not to bump into each other even on that day.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, there's that film that we watched, Joe Bell or something, where the guy, Mark Wahlberg's walked the width of
I'm sorry,
America
that was such a traumatic
I mean, it was a long drawn out film for the end.
It's a true story.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So it's a true story, and
I mean, spoiler alert, but yeah, let's tell him what happened, because it's
wild. So he's like advocate of bullying, isn't he?
Yeah, because his son was gay and got bullied.
So he was like walking across
and his
America.
son committed suicide.
Yeah, he did, because he wasn't really not supportive of him, but didn't really listen to his cries of help, I think. So he like kind of took it upon himself to walk with Joe in his head, I think. There was a lot of the way. And then he got quite close to the end, I mean, I don't know how far, and then he got hit by a lorry and died.
Hit by a lorry and died.
But the lorry driver was sleeping, and he hit. But like, what? Out of all of that, in these massive long roads in America, it could have veered off the road at any point, but it hit him, and it's like that was and that was his time to go. And you know, I mean, we're talking about a totally different subject here, but.
And also, can I just say, I feel like you said controversially 9/11. We did not say that it was everybody's turn to die, because I said this accident. But what we said was, you hear so many stories about the people that were meant to go into the office that day, or meant to go on the plane and didn't. And we were like, that's because like it wasn't. Yeah, they could have gone that. Yeah, they could have gone out on a lunch, or could have had a meeting in the next building, or whatever it is. So it's just the universe. The universe just has a plan. This I find really intriguing, because obviously like we met on an app, and I know we've said before so many things go into it, but I'm like, if we didn't meet on an app, like would we have met another way? You know? I mean, you don't know. You'll never know that. No, but you'll never know. The fact is that the universe's choice was to meet through an app. You could have joined the day after. And obviously you can go through and I might have got to you, but you might have gone on another day, or I might have been busy on that day, or whatever it is, and then you don't meet, and then, it's a totally different outcome. Yeah, because I was crazy timing, because I'd never done ordered it before. Yeah. And then we went straight away, but... And then also, the things like... Interesting. We dated first day, dated second day, but if it was a day later or a month or a week later that we went on the first day, we might not have gone back to back like that, and it might have affected things differently. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I don't believe in that. I think like it was the right time for us both, regardless if we saw each other 2 days back to back, or if like I didn't see you for a week after that. I think that would have been. I think we would have got through if we had to wait a week. No, I think we would have. But it would have just been. I think it just would have been a different feeling to it. I think that we both wanted to see each other, so that's why kind of it moved a bit quicker. But you know. Yeah, definitely. These are like the stories that like I live for. Like I live for these stories. So please, as always, if you've got any love story, but yeah. Yeah, the ones where you've got like, I know that you won't think it's cheesy, but like, the destiny bring, as in like you could have done anything, you'd sit next to someone on a train, or you could have missed the train, or I don't know, physically bump into someone, or... But we watched not just like meeting at a bar that you go to the bar every week or whatever, but physically. Yeah. But we watched 500 Days of Summer. Well, technically I did, And it's the same there at the end of the film. She never used to believe in fate or love or anything, and then she ends up getting married, and he who believed in it obviously has his heart broken by her, and then is like questioning it all, and she goes, no, like, it's true. And he said, what do you mean? And she was like, I went to the coffee shop that morning and I had time, and I sat down and I read the book, and then 5 minutes later a man walks in, sees me, notices the book, and he's already read it and strikes up conversation, and now he's my husband. The guy's like, yeah. And she goes, well, what if I never went into the coffee shop that morning? What if I'd never had time to sit down? What if I didn't pull that book out? She's like, I might never have met him. And fresh, no. Stuff like that just gives me goosebumps. It does. On my legs. I just love it. Anyway, so that's it. What a lovely love story.
Yeah, it was.
Really, really nice.
Yeah, it was a good one.
So, also, I think a very important lesson there, if anybody's going through heartbreak, imagine how devastated you was finding out his girlfriend had cheated on him with a painter.
There's nothing wrong with being a painter, by the way.
No, there's not, but again, the audacity of it, having the decorator in, and that is just blows my mind.
I hope it's a follow-up story from Dean.
I hope so. I have asked him some questions, and I'm hoping he comes back to me, guys, and I hope next week I can give some more detail, but we'll see. We'll see if he's ready to spill his whole feeling and life to me via Instagram.
I need to, the question is, did he drag out this paint job just because he needed, it's like, he only had one bedroom to do and it took 2.5 months. I just kept running out of paint.
Dean is probably paying for it, or at least paying for half of it with his girlfriend, paying this guy to come in and do that.
Fuming.
I
would be fuming.
And my point was, for people that are going through heartbreak, it's not forever, and they obviously weren't meant to be together, which Dean and Loki knew anyway. But yeah, the universe has a plan. I wonder what the universe's plan is for us. Do you think this is it?
I think, what is it?
This is it. Do you think that was the universe's plan, the dating app?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, good.
How do you do? Otherwise this is an awkward podcast.
No, I do, but it's just wild. Trust in the universe always. Okay, well that's it, guys. If you've got any story that you want to share, please come and let me know. At Sadie Maltby if you're going to do it on Insta, because the @lovewhatluck Insta is a bit strange if you're on private. I can never see them. Or email me, I'm going to leave the email down below. And I'll come back next week. We're going to see Rick Ross tonight. I'm very excited. So yeah, thank you for coming on again, babe. It's nice to have somebody to chat with,
Yeah. Fine. I feel like I'm getting more
comfortable.
You love it,
yeah. You didn't even yawn once today.
I didn't.
Which is really good.
I did.
It's really good progress. Okay. Under my nose.
Good point.
Yeah.
Gotta keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Bye. Bye.